Hi, this is Jim Bond. This is the third in a series I'm doing on lessons that my caregiver wife Kathleen and I have learned over 30 years of dealing with myeloma and some strategies we've picked up. Today's session is on emotions. When I was first diagnosed, I felt denial, and then I felt anger. And then I felt a sense of real desperation. To me, cancer meant death because of other family situations that we had incurred. But here's how I overcame that feeling of desperation. I thought about my past history and realized I had another, what I considered a terrible setback. I had smashed a leg playing baseball in high school that ended any dreams I had of playing beyond the high school level. And at the time, that seemed awful. And it was a very bad prognosis for that leg ever being well enough to allow me to walk or run. But through hard work, I overcame that. And I drew upon that and thought, let's give myeloma the same shot. Let's not let it take us down without a good fight. And with the help of Kathleen, our sons, our family, and friends, with their support, they got me through it. And we developed something that we call an 8 o'clock rule. And we did this out of self-preservation. We found that we were getting really overwhelmed by talking about all the possibilities, especially early on, with different things we could do when the cancer came back, which I was sure it would. And finally we said, all right, that's enough. We're going to cut off all the discussions of cancer with ourselves mostly, but also with anybody else who might want to talk to us at 8 o'clock at night. And that enabled us to get more sleep and just have a better quality of life. Now, to be honest with you, that started out as a 9 o'clock rule, but we're so much older, we had to drop that back to 8 o'clock because there wouldn't be much evening left if we stuck to 9. And my wife likes a joke that if it ever gets to be 7 o'clock rule, we're just not going to tell anybody. But I'll end this segment with a story of what really helped emotionally my caregiver, Kathleen. After my first transplant back in '93, I was in remission and feeling good, back to work, feeling good emotionally and physically. But she was not. She was a mess. In her own words, her emotions were making her not herself. She was jittery and wasn't sleeping well, and until one day I went off to work, and a couple hours later I called her on the phone and I said, Kathleen, I'm okay, but our car is not. It's a total disaster. I've been broadsided going through an intersection, and it T-boned me pushed me into the car next to me, and all the cars were damaged, but I was safe. Kathleen went wild. She really started screaming at me. I recall her saying, how could you do this after all we've been through? And finally she caught herself, and she realized, hey, there's more to it than just the numbers in cancer. At any time, our lives could be taken. And that helped. That helped her get her bearings back, and it helped me. And I hope some of these talks help some of you. And there's more, and they're in a book that I wrote. The profits from that book go to charity. If you search my name, Bond and Myeloma and book, that'll lead to the book. So see you next episode. Thank you.